Why couldn't we get this the first time? This is the Godzilla movie we should have gotten back in 1998, but it's 2014 and we're just now getting the proper American Godzilla movie. I can sit here and I can tell you, as an honest-to-God Godzilla fanboy, as someone who grew up with the original cheesy and the more serious Godzilla movies from Japan, I can tell you, as a fan, this new Godzilla movie is pretty good. Yeah, not anything spectacular, but not anything horribly disappointing either. Really, I mean, the biggest thing obviously is, you know, nailing Godzilla, and they got that right in my opinion. They've changed him just enough. He's got more, you know, mass to him. The first time he shows up in the movie, which is like 20 minutes, like you don't have to wait I don't know what. I read reviews now that I've seen the movie, and the general consensus of complaints is people bitching about like, oh, Godzilla doesn't show up until the last 30 minutes. And honestly, I don't know what movie people are watching, because Godzilla shows his face in like the first 20 minutes of the movie. His foot stomps down, and the camera, like, it starts at his foot, and it pans up to his face, and he gets this big old roar, and as soon as it panned up to his face, the movie just goes silent, and you just kind of listen to him, like, just kind of breathing, and I got chills, because I was just like, that's him. That's him. Like, I know they've changed it around a little bit, and he looks different, but he still feels like Godzilla. Again, and there's just enough human drama in this to keep things interesting. I mean, a monster movie is gotta have some kind of impact on the human characters. That's another thing people whine about. Is like, oh, why are all these people in it? Like, because there's people in it. Like, I don't know what audiences expect when they whine about there being human characters in a monster movie, because monsters can't carry a movie, guys. They can carry, like, cartoon shows and TV shorts. They can't carry a full 3-act length movie, especially when it's 2 hours long. I don't know if you just want the camera to just be I don't know if you just want like a nature show with monsters in it. Actually, that would be kind of cool. Pretty much all the things I have to say about the movie, like constructively, like as a criticism, are mainly just little nitpicks here and there. Like, there's a moment when there's a news report, you know, filming Godzilla, and there's a little banner at the bottom that says, like, savior of our city. Like, that, I thought that was kind of defeating, because the movie is very grim and it's supposed to be making Godzilla taken in the serious light, and to kind of slip in like a little like, oh, Godzilla's our hero kind of thing felt a little cheap. I didn't like the CG in some of the moments. I can't spoil anything. The CGI in some of the things that you'll see, they go pretty drastically from like really, really good looking, mainly Godzilla himself, and there's other moments where we're kind of like, wow, this looks like a video game. It kind of bounces back and forth a little bit. Godzilla's doing his thing, and he's, like I said, he's a bigger guy now, so he's a big Godzilla, but there are moments when he just, like, the characters will turn around, and then he's just, like, right there, and it's like, how did you not hear him? Like, how did you... all I imagined is like Godzilla like tiptoeing like a little like church monster across like up to the people. Yeah, the main criticisms I have are just like little nitpicks, except for one. I think as I was driving home, I saw this at the mall. I was driving home and I was thinking about it, and I think that I do have one legit criticism in it on an aspect of the movie, and unfortunately, it's kind of a big aspect. Main character played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. Not a fan. I've liked him up to this point just fine, but him and Godzilla in this, he's so bland, and like, it honestly you don't need him in the movie, at least not as the main character. He could have been in the movie, sure, but he didn't need to be the main character. Honestly, when I went in to see it, I didn't think he was going to be the main character. I figured he'd be a side character that gets a good amount of screen time, but as it turns out, he inherits the movie and he has to carry the whole thing, and he doesn't do that great of a job. There's a revelation that his character gets kind of somewhat early on and he's given kind of a moral compass, or at least they want to try and get across that he's got motive now. And there's a line later on when that he copies from someone else to kind of indicate that he's learned from that other person, but nothing between those 2 points has shown this, really. It's written in the dialogue, but it's not shown in the characters, like his actions, what he does, how he acts. And again, the character himself, like, he plays it so blandly. Honestly, I get flashbacks to Channing Tatum. That's how bland it is. Like, Channing Tatum has evolved now, and he's found like comedy to be his strong point, and that works for him. But up till then, when all the stuff he was starting in before, like, gee, holy shit, he was boring as hell. And that's kind of what I get from Aaron Taylor Johnson in this. Like, he's not a good leading guy. I'm hoping that when he's in the Avengers 2, he's going to be in the Avengers 2. Because he's going to be kind of a side character, I'm hoping that'll play a little more to his strength. But I don't know. Like, it turns out is kind of the main issue I had. There are just other more interesting characters in the movie. Bryan Cranston's character is more interesting. Ken Watanabe's character is more interesting. Elizabeth Olsen could have been developed a little bit more and made interesting. I mean, she's taking the brunt of a lot of the like civilian standpoint of this monster hoopla. So it would have been interesting to see from her point of view. Yeah. Again, but if I'm not bringing up something, it's because it works or it's a good thing. You can kind of consider everything else I'm saying to be good by omission if I'm not bringing it up. Like, I will compliment the movie. Avoids a lot of stupid action movie, summer monster movie cliches that you would expect in like a Roland Emmerich movie. Like when the military just wants to bomb the shit out of Godzilla, and the scientists come up and they say, no, that won't work, don't you see? In any other movie, you know, you've seen this before. The scientists or whatever come up to the military and they're like, you can't do that, it's not gonna work, you know, what are you... And then the military guys just go like, shut up, you fucking nerds, we'll do whatever we want because we're the military, you're blah, blah, blah. You know, you've seen that before, right? That's in like a million movies, but they don't do that in this. In fact, they actually kind of make the military characters understandable a little bit. I mean, they're not developed characters by any means, but they respond like people would. And I appreciate that. Again, it's very much about like humanizing things. This is kind of a boring review, I'm sorry, because I can't go into much detail, because again, I'm going to end up spoiling it. One of the reasons I ended up liking this movie as much as I did is that once I got to a certain point of excitement and looking forward to the movie, I stopped reading things, I stopped watching trailers, I just cut myself out completely because I wanted it to be an experience. Big, disaster, epic monster movies like this need to be an experience to really get the best out of it. And they know that when they were marketing it. Like, even the things that you see in the trailer are not the things you're going to see in the movie. You think like, oh, this is going to be the scene where that thing happens. And sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. Anyway, I say go see it. There are way worse things you could do with 2 hours. You could see Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's amazing how Godzilla has 2 character traits, indestructible and breathing fire, and they do that better in this than Amazing Spider-Man did with any of his character traits. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get into Amazing Spider-Man again. Thank you for watching. Go see Godzilla and let me know what you think. Bye.